Hey guitar friends, we've got a super fun song from the 90s. You guys have been requesting this one for a while. Today let's learn Dust on the Bottle by David Lee Murphy. Okay, we're going to be using power chords on this one. So basically just playing 3 strings for each chord. So we're going to play the B, so that's 2nd fret, 5th string, 4th fret, 4th string, 4th fret, 3rd string. That's our B chord. Now you can play this with 3 fingers if you want. I'm going to be playing these power chords with just 2 fingers. So my first finger here on the 2nd fret, and I'm going to use my 4th finger to bar the 4th and the 3rd strings. So that B chord looks like this. Then we're just going to move up to the 6th, 5th, and 4th strings. That's going to be our F sharp power chord. Then we'll move up 2 frets to the 4th and the 6th fret. That's going to be our G sharp. Then we're going to play the E 3 different ways. So I'm going to play it up here on the 7th and the 9th fret. You could also add the 6th string open if you want to add one more string into that. Then we're going to play it up here on the 2nd fret, 5th string, and 4th string. 6th string is open. That's going to be our other E power chord position. And I'm also going to play just our straight E major open chord. So those are the chords we need. We'll start out our intro playing the B power chord here. Here's what that sounds like. So we're going from the B to the F sharp to the E, then back to B, G sharp, F sharp, and then E again, then back to the B. So we'll do that one time. And the way I'm strumming this, I'm doing a down up strum, and then I'm gonna do 2 mutes. So I'm down strumming, and then coming back up, and then I'm just gonna lightly lighten up my fingers here on my left hand so that I'm barely touching all the fingers, and so when I strum here, they're going to be muted. So down, up, mute, mute. Down, up, mute, mute. So here's what that sounds like again. And on that last E, you can just do down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Now, we're going to do that same pattern again, but this time we're going to throw this little slide in there. So we'll start back on the B chord, F sharp, then our E chord, then we're going to do the B again. So we'll play our B chord. Then I'm going to come to the 5th string, 4th fret, and I'm going to pick that, and I'm going to slide up to the 6th fret. Then my first finger's here on the 4th and 3rd strings. So I'm going to down strum there on the 4th and 3rd, and then I'm going to hammer on the 4th string up to the 6th fret. So hammer up to the 6th fret and then come back off and just hit the 4th and 3rd strings again. So here's what that looks like. And then right after we do that, we're going to do another mute and then go to our F sharp. And then the E. And you can play that open E. You can play it here. I'm actually going to play it up here on the 7th and the 9th fret this time. And then I'm going to do one more hammer, 6th string, 7th fret, hammer up to the 9th fret, and then 5th string, 7th fret. And that's how I'm going to end that intro there. And if you're playing this E here, you can do 2nd fret, hammer to 4th fret, and then go up to the 2nd fret, 4th string. So let me play through the intro one more time slowly. Okay, that's our intro. We're going to start out our first verse playing basically that same thing. So I'll play through the first verse for you slowly. Creole Williams lived down the dirt road. He made homemade wine like nobody I know. Dropped by one Friday night and said, "Can you help me, Creole? I got a little girl waiting on me and I wanna treat her right." So we'll end the verse there on that B, then we'll go into the pre-chorus, and here we're going to go F sharp, then G sharp, then E, then back to F sharp, G sharp, E, and then we'll end the pre-chorus on the F sharp. So here's what that sounds like. He said, "I got what you need, son," as we stepped down in the cellar. Reached through the cobwebs as he turned on the light. He said, then we're going here into the chorus back to our B power chord position. There might be a little dust on the bottle, but don't let it fool you about what's inside. And here is where I'm going to be playing the open E major chord. So you can play that right here if you want, and right at the end of the chorus. So here's the rest of the chorus. Might be a little dust on the bottle. It's one of those things that gets sweeter with time. Then we're back to our power chords, back to the B for the next verse. And also throughout this, I'm not only palming here with my left hand by lightening up the strings, I'm also palm muting with my right hand as well. Just to kind of create that chunky beat sound. So here's the next verse. You were sitting in the porch swing as I pulled up the driveway. My whole heart was racing as you climbed inside. We slid over real close and we drove down to the lake road and watched the sun fade in that big red sky. I reached under the front seat and said, "Now here's something special. It's just been waiting for a night like tonight. It might be." We'll play through the chorus again here. Then we have our instrumental, and then we're going to do our bridge. So we'll be back up to the F sharp to start the bridge. So here's what that looks like. You're still with me, and we made some memories. After all these years, there's one thing I found. Some say good love, it's like a fine wine. It keeps getting better as the days go by. We'll end our bridge here on the F sharp and then go back to our B to play through the chorus a couple of more times. Time to practice these power chords some more and this muting. Let's play through the full thing together now. Williams lived down a dirt road. Made homemade wine like nobody I know. Got by one Friday night and said, "Can you help me, Creole? I got a little girl waiting on me and I wanna treat her right. And he said, I got what you need, son. As we stepped down in the cellar, he reached through the cobwebs as he turned on the light. He said, there might be a little dust on the bottle, but don't let it fool you about what's inside. There might be a little dust on the bottle. It's just one of those things that get sweeter with time. You were sitting in the porch swing as I pulled up the driveway. My heart was racing as you climbed inside. Slid over real close and we drove down to the lake road. Watched the sun fade in that big red sky. I reached under the front seat and said, now here's something special. It's just been waiting for a night like tonight. There might be a little dust on the bottle. Don't let it fool you about what's inside. There might be a little dust on the bottle. It's one of those things that get sweeter with You're still with me. We've made some memories. After all these years, there's one thing I found. Some say good love, well, it's like a fine wine, keeps getting better as the days go by. Might be a little dust on the bottle. It's one of those things that's inside. Might be a little dust on the bottle. It's one of those things that get sweeter with time. If you love all this great music from the 90s, there's a playlist right here you can click on and learn another one of your favorites with me.